inside a toilet broke in the boys section. That one and more, we are going to discuss and dissect everything here on the big seat today from this time up to 11 a.m. When we'll be saying bye-bye to you. In the studios with me, I have three gentlemen. One of them is former district councillor, Chitagwenda district, Owechitinisa Muvunyi Stephen Katamba. Welcome you on the big seat. Say hello to the listeners.
Yeah, thank you, my brothers are here for this time, and the colleagues who are here. The listeners there outside, I greet you and I congratulate you and welcome you from the busy week. Mr. Sarapio, the other day I saw our brother here in things. I saw him in a picture of chorus.
Yes.
which is a sign of entering into a group member of rand people. That's very good.
The most reasonable members of society.
Yes.
That's no. But I don't know. But I want to tell you a story. I have a story for you, Wanyaji. I know you're becoming a lawyer, and you are going soon. You are going to be presenting people in courts of law. But I want you to be conscious about this person, a fellow lawyer in South Africa. He was called the Dalimpofu. Dalimpofu was a prominent lawyer and a lawyer to, by then, jailed former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, on the issues of apartheid, South Africans and the non-South Africans. By the time that we were reading South Africa, this lawyer took advantage of Nelson Mandela being in jail and being his lawyer, and he took over the family, and eventually Dalimpofu had a baby, impregnated the wife of jailed Nelson Mandela, and they had a child. And when Nelson Mandela came from jail, he was forced to divorce with the wife, with Winnie, because of that. So it is even happening here currently that lawyers take advantage of people they are presenting in the court and they enter into family issues. Eventually, they take over the wives of their clients in court. So, Mr. Wesley, please, if you become a lawyer, be a good lawyer who subsists not to enter into issues of marriage,
yes,
of clients.
Okay.
It is very bad.
Okay.
It is very bad for lawyers.
Thank you.
Mr. Sarapio, secondly, I want to congratulate our new minister, Mr. Baram Barugare, the way he's doing it. When the president was swearing in, he talked about Kisanja no sleep. And this really photocopy. This is a real...
the true definition.
The true definition of Kisanja no sleep. I saw Baram, a full cabinet minister in class, head counting children. These are things we have been talking about. That there is corruption. Corruption is everywhere. Corruption is in schools. Corruption is in hospitals, in the health sector. Corruption is in administration. Corruption is in the districts. Corruption is in the civil servants, sub-counties, agriculture. But people didn't hear us. But at least the Kisanja no sleep now is changing things. It's changing tables.
Okay. Thank you. That's Mr. Muvunyi Stephen Katamba, dressed in a blue shirt, labeled Forum for Democratic Change, FDC. We have Mr. Nawasa Alan. You're welcome to the big seat. Say hello to the listeners.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and people out there who are tuning in to Cruise FM. I bring you greetings from the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, from Najana Nkumbi. Yes, as you have said, it is the original FDC.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Aranana Basate Verondwa. I'm the district chairperson for FDC, Rukunjer district, and the former speaker for Buyanza Town Council. I welcome you all and my fellow panelists. I thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. With me in studios is our own Council Wenje Dausdedit. Council, welcome to the big seat.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Yeah, of course, the week has been bad and good in some ways. Of course, the World Cup for the continent of Africa, we do not have a state now that is representing the continent of Africa. I think Morocco was beaten by France. But of course, it's not about if there's a country from Africa or not. If they don't perform better, then they should go out. And then, of course, the abduction of the Honorable Chivumbi right after he was granted bail, I think is not a good sign of a forthcoming freedom for him. We expect, of course, I'm aware he made some statements after being granted bail. Yes, yes, but I'm not saying they are bad statements. They are statements. And of course, also let us be cognizant of the fact that there's no law to the effect that if you are granted bail, you cannot be arrested again in respect of another offense. Purposes of arraigning you in court, that is okay. But where you are arrested for the purposes of you being basemented or being tortured, that's not an arrest. That is an abduction and a kidnapping. And I, of course, continue to call upon the security forces of the country. And I think it was on Thursday, I saw a UPDF soldier. He had a UPDF pair of trousers and shoes, boots. Then on top, he had a T-shirt of PLU. So I asked him, are you serious or you are just... Because since when has the UPDF become a partisan institution?
Maybe the gentleman tries to be patriotic, more patriotic.
No. You see,
the country.
patriotism does not mean breaking the law. Okay? When I see the UPDF, I must see an impartial, non-partisan, and a fair, balanced individual. But where you find a UPDF soldier donning a cape of the NUP, a cape of the PLU, a shirt of NRM, that's not good, because our army must be independent, it must be non-partisan, and it must serve the interests of all of us. Yeah. So I still call upon the members of the UPDF to rise above the personal emotions and know that under Article 208 of our Constitution, they have the mandate, they have the obligation to respect the law. And the law and respecting the law also involves respecting the fact that they should not support any particular individual. They should not even support Museveni. Okay, they should only obey him as the commander-in-chief, and only obeying him in respect of lawful orders. Yeah.
Thank you. That's Council Wenje. It's back, bigger, tough, and more exciting. Kafulua Wino 2026 edition is back. Think you know football, you love sports, then this is your chance to prove it. Registration for participation opens this Saturday, 10th July 2026 at Cruise FM Mutiden Mbarara. Bring your friends, present your community, all team, and get ready for Western Uganda's biggest off-season sports showdown. Don't just watch, be part of it. Register early and secure your place. Kafulwa Wino 2026 Umiti edition comes back. The game starts with you. Powered by Western Uganda's biggest radio station, 91.2 Cruise FM. Terms and conditions apply. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kafulwa Wino is here, is back. Just run to our home here at Mutiden and register quickly for you to join and participate in Kafulu wa Wino. It's back, it's bigger. Today, we want to look to two issues. One, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has said the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, will not allow foreign interests to undermine Uganda's sovereignty, warning that the military remains vigilant against individuals he accused of working against the country's development. General Muhoozi made these remarks on Thursday during the pass-out ceremony of more than 10,000 UPDF recruits at the Kaweweta Basic Military Training. Today we want to ask ourselves, is General MK, the CDF, Muhoozi Kainerugaba's statements correct about defending our national security and sovereignty? And also in our second hour, we want to look at the issue of scheduled election of LC1 and LC2. The Electoral Commission has scheduled a Village Women Council elections for July 23rd, followed by Local Council 1 and Local Council 2 elections on July 28th. And we want to ask ourselves again on this question, that is there enough awareness about the forthcoming local council elections? Have we started looking into proper preparations that are happening in our villages, outside there in our communities? And we want to get feedback from you, our listeners, following on to our phone calls through 0752912912 or 0780912910, and through our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. We are there as 91.2 Cruise FM. And also follow us on Cruise TV, YouTube and TikTok. We are live already, courtesy of Creative Media. We want to appreciate our listeners who are listening us and who are following us. I want to begin with you, Mr. Muvunyi Stephen Katamba. The CDF commented and stated it very well that Uganda's sovereignty must be protected. And do we see it correct and just about defending our national security and sovereignty? A statement made by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Serapio. It is correct and absolutely correct. And he even opens his words, acts as an eye-opener of every Ugandan. Whether you're a soldier, whether you are a partisan, the role of a citizen of a country is to make sure that it has peace. On special matters, like for him, number one, he's a soldier. Secondly, he heads command of a force and other security forces. You see, I want us to understand what is Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Muhoozi Kainerugaba, number one, is a gallant son of Uganda.
Okay.
Therefore, he has a passion to live in a country where there is peace.
As a Ugandan
As
also?
a Ugandan.
Okay.
Like me and you have a passion to see Uganda peaceful for the next very many years. So Muhoozi, as any other Ugandan, has a passion to see Uganda peaceful. Number two,
Mr. Wenja has a question for you.
What is peace?
yes, the peace is having comfort in your own country. You have free movement, you have free exit and free entry.
Free speech and expression is also an
Yes, but free speech and expression. It's true. Okay. With peace goes with free speech and expression.
Okay.
Number two, Muhoozi is a son of a president, the son of a revolutionary leader and a freedom fighter called Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Therefore, even growing in a family of a freedom fighter, it creates what you will be in the future. So, by the virtue of what is Mohozi saying and what is he doing, it is inborn. It is in blood. Being born of a person who fought for a country, obviously, the character mentors you. Number three, from what we see. So, my first introduction is what makes Mohozi. Being a son of a president, being a Ugandan, and being a Ghanaian soldier of this country. Now, what makes Mohozi after we've seen all that? Mohozi grows, joins soldiering, defends the country in very many aspects, goes to Garamba, goes to Congo, to Sudan, goes to Somalia, reaches at the level of command. We have seen him commanding very successful wars, and he defeats the enemy. Then here, he becomes the head of security of the country. It is also a lot of every Ugandan to make sure that the corruption doesn't exist. Because we have seen areas where countries where corruption is there, is present. Corruption cannot, it deters development. Corruption cannot allow a country to develop. So as a Ugandan, as a citizen of a country, he has a right to stand and defend where a country is going wrong. So corruption is one of them. He's one of the most biggest crusaders now of corruption. He's saying no corruption in this country. And that's why you see the masses beside him. Me inclusive. I think even you, Sarapi. Recently, yes, recently, I saw you giving an appreciating how he's doing, the way he's doing fighting corruption.
Yes.
Yes, on human rights. What is human rights? Human rights must be fair. If you are human, I will be human. If you are ruthless in the way you practice human, I become ruthless in actions. We cannot allow people to abuse each other, and you want human rights. When I respond, for me, I am not supposed to be human. I'm not saying the human rights does not favor me. Do you mean that human rights is so corrupt? Does it favor few people and others not favored? Those are things to discuss about. Because we have seen things happening.
If I'm asking, if I punch you,
Yes.
why would you use a gun against me?
Why should you punch me? Well, see,
why don't you also punch me?
The issue is, you see, I don't understand. I have always asked the concept of human rights, whereby
What Mr. Wenji is saying, you cannot create a balance of responding with a gun when you have been punched.
If I get a hammer
Yes.
to hit a mosquito, that's not.
if I met you in the way and you slap me while using your hand, and me I'm holding a stick, what do you expect? What do you expect to use? I should run away with a stick.
Yes, because you are
I don't
Yes.
know.
You are called upon by the Constitution to preserve law and order. So when you retaliate, you are likely to commit an offense.
Because I am
It's
wondering
better to have
if you
one
slapped
offense
me,
of mine that
if you slapped me when I'm holding a stick and I run away,
Yes.
and you hold a stone and stone me to death, then I will be called a weak person. I will be called a coward. I will be called because now in a proper sense, I am supposed to defend myself when I defend an enemy.
Okay.
If Kanyamunyu had gone away from that incident, those 5 years, he could have saved those 5 years. But he chose to stay and fight back. And the outcome of that.
Why do you always support?
person.
Why do you want to slap me first, and you want me to keep quiet? Why do you want to insult me and you want me to keep quiet?
Yes, because two wrongs don't make a right. When I slap you, go and report me to police.
Because human rights. I thought
yes.
human rights protect us all.
No,
I thought human rights.
no.
Because now,
Okay.
if you tell me that you are going to come and attack me, and I stand upright for you to do what you want, and you call that one human rights, I will not get you. I will obviously not get you. So here, defending a country is an obligation of every Ugandan, whether you are a soldier or you are not a soldier. But for us, people who are not armed, we depend on the people that are armed. The sovereignty of a state is supposed to be protected by every Ugandan. However, every Ugandan depends on the armed forces to protect the country. Because we feel that protecting a country, we must have an apparatus that people may feel. People must feel that if I attacked you, you will come back and I may face it rougher.
Okay.
So when General Muhoozi says that his role as a head of UPDF is to make sure that peace in Uganda is provided, it's a tick.
Okay.
It's a tick.
Thank you.
Number 3.
I thought you have finished. I will come back to you, Mr. Stephen.
Okay.
I will come back to you. Let me jump to Mr. Bwenji.
Yes.
Do you think this gentleman's statement is correct about defending our national security?
Okay, I think let me get a statement somewhere. Yes, the commander in chief, on the same occasion at the passing out, he says that a soldier who is not properly trained is a danger to himself and to our country. And if he was not sure of who he was talking about, he was talking about the CDF. Because I don't think the CDF is properly trained. Because you see, I mean, for a UPDF soldier to be a professional, you must have holistic education. Holistic education involves respect for human rights.
Mr. Bwenji, the gentleman is well trained.
We have a CDF.
Because climbing
Yes.
up to that level of a general, you
see,
don't just jump there.
You see, when you it's kind of like so hard to express. He might have a lot of qualifications. He has gone to Sandhurst. He has gone to whichever. But human rights accrue to me because of the fact that I'm a human being. But we expect him, because of the high level of education he has attained at the expense of the taxpayer. Okay? Because he has never, I mean, for all those courses there, he has been there as a beneficiary of scholarships. And when you support acts of torturing a human being, then I doubt your level of education. Because human rights actually must be the first thing you learn. Because you are a human being and you deserve to be treated like a human being. So when you confine someone in a basement and you teach them how to speak Swahili, Kunyankore, and you insult him that you are going to make him wear pampers, a lawyer, a father, a husband, and then afterwards you come out and say, I'm a professional soldier, you people should have integrity. That is nonsense. Because if you want to be respected, you must respect yourself first. So I don't see any professionalism at all in the person of the CDF. As I said, I think in Daria shows, he's the biggest danger to our country. And as a country, we must begin to have a conversation on how to deal with him. Okay? So it's not, and this issue of fighting corruption, he has not fought corruption anywhere. Anita Among is in a state which we don't know. Okay? You don't confine someone's cars and then you say, we are going to auction them. How? How?
Because even
How?
the condition how she acquired those vehicles, it is questionable.
No, that is the subject of a court inquiry. If you think those cars are products or proceeds of an offense, of corruption, fine. Just you gather your evidence, produce it in court. It is court and only court to determine if Anita Among is corrupt or not. But you cannot begin to sell off her properties without a conviction from a competent court of law, because that is to violate her presumption of what? Of not being guilty. And so I asked him to focus on the roles of the UPDF. It's okay, yes, under the Constitution, the mandate of the UPDF is to protect the sovereignty of the state.
And what he's doing exactly.
Territorial integrity of the state. But his interpretation of sovereignty is wider. His interpretation of sovereignty is that if you oppose the NRM led by his father, then you are not patriotic, you are a danger to the country. So it is even better to have a leader of opposition who is appointed by the NRM. So I mean, as a country, I think we have to start having a kind of like a debate, because having a CDF who is above our constitution is unacceptable, and it is a moral and constitutional right and obligation of every person, whether Ugandan or not, to see that people like the CDF of now do not rise to the helm of power in Uganda. Because the moment he becomes the president of Uganda, we are dead. And you see, it is even unfortunate now that Museveni comes up and speaks out on national TV, and actually now it is better for me to watch MK speak than Museveni speak, because Museveni is actually inconsequential. It's as if he's dormant. It's as if there has been a coup. It's as if he's not aware of what is ongoing. So,
but maybe Mr. Wenje, you are the one who is misinterpreting this man, because
yes. Yes.
the man is always straightforward and very clear. The president,
Yes.
Mr. Stephen has a subject.
Maybe information.
Mr. Let first.
Mr. Wenga,
Yes.
information is, it is also, we must also tell our people, the listeners, very clear things.
Yes.
That a country is governed by laws, but sometimes the laws are misinterpreted, and that has been our problem. We have laws that fight corruption, but corruption has been a problem here. Very many people, including Bwenje, called it cancer, that a disease that is uncurable for very many years. And indeed, you have to believe with me that corruption was eating us. So we needed a messiah that would use any means to make sure that corruption is reduced. Secondly, when there is no law that tells an officer of security to give instruction how to arrest a person, because when you are arresting a criminal, a person wanted by security forces, there's no instruction. Because yes, sometimes you have to come and introduce yourself to a person going to arrest them, so and so. It depends to a person. There are people who are very violent and they have to be arrested in that way. Absolutely. So I am saying, Mr. Bwenge, sometimes laws, the constitutional laws, have misled the country even into collapse.
Yes.
Look at Congo. Congo is the state is always in problems because of the laws. Look at the areas like Somalia. The constitution. See, we must tell people.
Okay.
So what should be the substitute for the law?
The laws are there. If the laws were not there, we couldn't be here.
Exactly.
But then sometimes the laws mislead people, mislead the country, and strong and brave people must come and resist it. Yes, and make sure put the country into order. For example,
how does the law mislead the
I don't
country?
know.
For example,
When the laws are set clearly,
how do you convince me? How do you convince me that the law allows use and appeal to abuse me, and another law does not allow me, you have abused it, to respond?
No.
That's what the law.
No.
That's what the
no
religious laws are saying.
No. There's no law which stops MK from abusing me if I abuse him. Yes, but he has no right at all to come and abduct me. If he thinks I've offended him,
It is an arrest.
I should be arrested. No, you see, the intention of the person confining you is very important. I said, under the Constitution, the purpose of every arrest, it must be nothing else but to arraign or to produce the person in a court of law. Right now, we don't know where Chevumbi is. Okay? That cannot be an arrest. If it was actually an arrest, he should be in a gazetted place of detention. We know he is being charged of A, B, C, and D. But we don't know. He's not being allowed to access his lawyers and the next of kin.
yes.
Indiscipline of opposition has been a problem. Up to now, by the way. Discipline is a problem. Because Honorable Chivumbi got out of court last evening. In the same evening, after getting out of bail, of court, he went home to Tambara and gathered Elale. In Elale, the statements he made was undermining the CDF and the family of the president. How do you call that the president Museveni bore a rogue son? I have a father, you have a father. If you hear such a statement that your father bore a rogue son, how do you feel as a person?
What is
So is it intended that you should always
rogue means a person who has total disregard of the law. Rogue, you don't respect the law, and that is a true example of him, of the son. The son has no respect at all for the law, so he's a rogue person.
Is it within the law that you should abuse a person publicly?
Yes, freedom of expression. It is so wide. As long as I do not defame you. No. But you see, if you abduct me and you put me in your basement, you do whatever you want to with me. You make me wear pampers. You do all sorts of things, and you even have the courage to communicate that information on your, on your handle of X, and you take, you derive some kind of happiness from it. Why shouldn't I call you a rogue person? Because that's who you are, and that's what you want us to know you for being so. So there's nothing wrong with anyone calling MK a very rogue person, a person who does not respect our laws, because those laws were not made by him. And if you are saying that he should rise up and then he speaks for the law and so forth, so if we remove the laws, so who is going to hold him accountable?
Okay.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of this radio station or its management.
This radio is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission, UCC.
Okay. Mr. Wenje, I will get back to you. Mr. Aran, you have always followed what is happening in the country. And as a Ugandan, do you think where Mr. CDF started from and what he commented about during his communication on Thursday. Is it the right statements, and is he doing the right thing as a Ugandan? You're welcome.
You see, these days to talk about General Mose, it is very painful. The guy has turned him into a killing machine. He threatens everybody.
But he has not killed anyone.
No,
he has
I'm
not
saying,
killed anyone. I
see-
request you to withdraw that statement.
Okay, you see, I withdraw. But
Yes.
now,
Mm,
for the case of General Mose, now he has captured everyone. He has captured the institution of UPDF. He has captured the whole people of the Uganda. Even this one from Chitagwenda, now I can see in his mind now he is a captured citizen. So for the case of Mose, he has gone overboard. He disregard the laws. The UPDF, their core mandate is to protect the integrity and territorial boundaries of Uganda. He's not a politician, he's a civil servant. But now you hear he heads the political party. He has gone to parliament. He have expressed orders. So Mose,
Mr. Alan, PRO
Yes.
is not a political party. It's just...
you see now, if you are a civil servant,
Yes.
you don't need to involve yourself in politics. For example, the other time when General Tumukunde talked about politics when he was still in the army, he was incarcerated for 8 years. But this one, being the son of the president, being the modified CDF, actually for Mose, when you see the CDF we used to have from JJ Odong, Salim Sare, Major General Muntu, Katumba, for him is very much exceptional. For him, for me, I don't trust him, and even
You as a person.
yes, me as a person, I don't see any professionalism in him. Just because being the son of the president, that's why even he attained this rank of general. But he's not fit to be a general in this generation because of his doings in this country. He has turned Uganda into his father's estate. He sees us as slaves. He sees us Ugandans as his father's workers. He don't see us as citizens. So for me, I'm very much worried. Even these days, I fear to talk about General Mose. He can abduct you. He can do anything. He is above the law. So now he is in his leagues of Sani Abacha, of Nigeria, Idi Amin, Hitler of Germany, Stalin, Mussolini. So he is in that category of Maria Mungu. So now we have turned Uganda into another sort of terror. So I call upon all Ugandans to pray for this country, because when you have a CDF who is totally in the disregard of the law, so you mean that country it has turned into a lawlessness country because of him.
Mr. Alan,
Yes.
I want to pose a question. Mr. Katamba here and other fellow have been saying that when something happens in the country, you complain that things are happening. And when an action comes, you also complain, why is it? So which direction should we take? Because to me, as a person, as a Ugandan, I'm seeing the man is doing the right thing, is putting the country in order.
In which capacity now?
Okay,
We must follow the law.
let Mr.
For
Katamba
us,
give you the
we are not
information.
against the action, but you must
this
follow
country,
the law.
Okay.
this country
Yes.
has breeded an opposition group of lamenters. For them, they are there to oppose. Because if even if people understand, the elites, the people we call educated, they have completely lost track Because when you look at the constitution that the Council of Gang always refers, Act of Parliament of UPDF Act of Parliament, it allows the CDF to fight corruption and any case of injustice. No, not in UPDF alone, even in the country generally.
And it is a role of
Generally.
every Ugandan
And
to
it is-
fight corruption.
Yes, yes, it is also a role of every Ugandan. So
It
when
starts with you.
it begins with me, absolutely.
Okay.
It begins with Bwenge. Now,
is saying
Okay.
Mohozi has no right to fight corruption. No, none has said that. But we are saying it. If corruption is to be fought, let it be fought within the confines of the
now
law.
because opposition is another group of beneficiaries, it has completely made life hard for Mohozi to continue fighting corruption.
No, you see.
That's when they come to rallies and abuse him, demean him, how he's a dictator, abuse the four family, the father that bore him, and the UPDF, the general UPDF and other security forces, because they want to align with the outside interests. We have a group of people, of outsiders, that do not need Uganda to be in peace for all these 40 years. It has been a war. It has been a fight with the president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. But for him, the way he handles things sometimes is he leaves crooks and other indisciplined people to appear. That's why he said that in this country everybody can survive. Whether you are a liar,
Or
a
a fool.
pen, or a fool, you can survive.
Yes.
We have a group of people that have been surviving on lies. In opposition particularly. For them, they are there, employed by foreigners to propagate to propagate lies.
I challenge him
Okay.
to specify one example of such a person.
One example, we have a list of civil society organizations that have been their area of work is to make sure that they tarnish the name of government officials.
And one of them is
Specifically,
PLU.
State House
PLU
is number one.
is one of them.
Secondly, the children of the president and other relatives, other members of the family, and strong cadres, strong supporters of the party.
An example of a person, an organization which is fronting the interests of foreigners.
For example,
How?
Bob Wayne, we saw Bob Wayne in her campaign series. We saw foreigners on the entrance of his campaign group.
Like who?
We saw people from America, USA, coming here as journalists.
Yes.
To cover the campaign trail of
Yes.
Bob Wayne.
What is wrong with that?
And what they would do, they wouldn't cover the real scenes of happenings. They would only cover where Bob Wayne is making a mistake, confronting police.
And sugarcoat.
Yes, no, Bob Wayne confronts police. They cover that. No, they don't cover that one. When police responds to Bob Wayne, that's what they cover. So that coverage, it tarnishes the image of the forces, it tarnishes the image of the government and the leaders, the president and the cadres of that in government. That's the trick.
Okay.
So we have people that are there in this country benefiting on distorting and creating lies of the country.
Thank you, Mr. Anan, how would you like these cases or these issues be handled? Surely, because if you say that he's not supposed to handle them that way as a Ugandan, how would you like these issues be handled?
You see, for me, I want this issue to be handled legally. Let's say if you are going to arrest Rukwago, you sent police people to arrest him, other than sending Ame, sending Iso, or the last night, they just abducted Mwanga Chuvumbi. If he has the case to answer, you summon him. Don't wayre him on the road and you just capture as if you are capturing a terrorist. You just be in order, you summon him. We have CID, we have enough police people around the country. For the case of Mwanga Chuvumbi, it was just abduction. You just let us follow the law. For me, my issue, it is all about the law. Let us all be equal on the issues of the law. But this impunity of abductions, for me, I don't support it. If like now I have an issue, you just summon me to the CPS, I will just go there. Or if you are coming to arrest me, introduce yourself. I know you are a police person, you are working with these security agents. Other than just bringing here drone, you bring a drone as just going out, you just abduct me. You take me to a known and gazetted place. That is all my issue I have on the way he handles his issues.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Wendy, how would you like these issues to be handled as a citizen?
Thank you so much. I want one instance where MK has fought corruption. How and where and when?
The issue
Yeah,
of
well,
Anita Among,
yes.
nobody knew about it, and he's the one who put it in the
No.
spotlight.
No. There's a case filed by Mavirizi
And actually, many
against Anita Among.
Ugandans came to know
No.
that things were going.
No. There's a case filed by Mavirizi against Anita Among, against Charles against Chris Obore. So it has not started. I mean, now it has been. I mean, it has always been there. I mean, okay. The way I don't like his kind of, way of work is, if you think AA has stolen or has embezzled taxpayers' money, use the law to hold her accountable. The woman has been under house arrest for almost a month. We have not received any public statement on her state of health. We don't know if she's if she's going to be arraigned in court on what charges. We don't know if she's still alive. So that kind of uncertainty. Someone can say she has been abducted because we don't know where she is. Okay, you cannot begin to say that we are going to auction off her cars. How? Okay, so what I'm trying to state is that the fight against corruption is good. We all desire to have a corruption-free Uganda. We all want to have medicines in public institutions. We all want our children to access free education, free compulsory education. We all want to travel on good and well-maintained roads, okay? But not at the expense of human rights. You don't torture people in your basements and then you begin talking about a corruption-free state. That cannot happen. If you don't like corruption, you should also not torture people, because under our under our constitution, you can never have any explanation for an act of torturing a human being. It is an obligation that you must abide by 24 hours, 7 days a week. A human being is a special thing. It's kind of it is not your toy. So we would have nothing at all. To condemn MK if he was fighting.
politics. The Big Seat on 91.2 Cruise FM. Great music.
Great music.
Great friends.
Great friends.
Western Uganda's biggest radio station, 91.2 Cruise FM. Great music, great friends. 2 minutes past the hour of 10. We are back for our second and last hour of the Big Seat. From our listeners that are following us via our social media platforms on Facebook, we have Turia Hebwa Matthias. He's saying, ever tuned in Rubindi. Thanks for the show and thank you for listening in. I am Siwe Daniel, listening to you live from hills and mountains of Kazo district. Okay, thank you so much. We have Shami Wabobi. We need a national army. Okay, he's saying that we need a national army. I don't know what he's trying to mean. Nwamanya Edison Free.
You see, a national army
Yes.
is an army which serves all of us. Where if I'm afraid, if my rights have been violated, I think I'm very confident to go to a police officer, to a UPDF person. But now him, like an FDC man, if his cattle are stolen, even to make a decision to report to police is very hard, because the moment he reaches at the reception and they know him as FDC, the first question is, are you not the are you not the same person who stole those same cows? No. So the phrase national army would mean an ideally an army which is not partisan and more so an army which is not a mercenary force like we see the SFC. An army which is just intentional, okay, and intended to serve the interests of one person. Yes. So that is the context that it is coming in.
Okay.
Maybe to add on.
Yes, please.
To add on him, of course, in disagreement. In disagreement. What the listener meant that he needs.
We need a national army.
We need a national army. It is true. We need a national army, which we have. The national army that protects the borders, the country borders. I believe that we have no enemy that's ever entered Uganda recent years, apart from ADF.
Isn't UPDF doing the...
It's doing the right thing. It's a national army. It's a national army. It doesn't segregate when it is providing security to Ugandans. It does not segregate that this is a NUP member, therefore he is going to be attacked by an enemy and UPDF keeps quiet. No, we have a national balanced army that protects us all as Ugandans. That's why all the borders of Uganda will have no invader. Number two, it is a lie that when a member of the FDC, like my brother here from Rukunjiri, in his shack goes to police to report a case, that he is not listened to, is not given attention. No. That is a pure lie. No. Honorable Wenge, Council, don't misguide the listeners.
They let Denmark Adios. She wanted to post a case against the RDC of the area. I think he told him, I'm going to kill you. So Denmark called me in the middle of the night, and I told him, go to police and you record a. When he went there, they told him, hey man, you want us to record a case against our supervisor? And they told him, we have given you half a I mean,
request you as a lawyer to listen to me.
half an hour.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Mr. Serapio, so I want to mention this. Political cases are solved by amicable understanding. They are not engineered by arguments. Because arguments are done in other cases, but political cases are only solved by sitting together and resolve your issues. I've been advising these guys from no, that's very wrong. It's negotiate, calm down and apologize. Say there were mistakes done here and there. Forgive me.
Okay. We have Ndugu Nuwamanya. Yes.
When you want to overthrow a legitimate government.
Okay.
The role of the opposition is to remove the government.
Okay.
There is no law that allows opposition to fight for presidency, capture government. Never.
The role of any political party is to capture power.
Never. That's what is out there.
Okay.
We are not business.
We have Mr. Nuwamanya Edison Freeboy is saying that defending our national security and sovereignty is okay. Only that UPDF, which is supposed to protect Ugandans, is rather abducting them and torturing them in broad daylight. Is listening from Kakoba. Through our X handle, we have Enzo is listening. Thanks for the show. I'm listening to you live from Ruti Mbarara. And Wajira, Mr. Nwajira David is saying that the General Museveni and family regime are the major agents of foreign interests. They have used our resources to keep them in power. Ugandans have been blackmailed for over 40 years. They use guns and money from our resources to shut up us. Omungarika Zuniari niyahurikirizi. Matthias is listening to us. Okay. Nicodemus, thanks for the show, but I think the National Army should be non-partisan in condition where the government is not military and under very many incidences. The UPDF has betrayed maximum discipline and good services, but it has also engaged in political matters. It's not in order. The same issue Council Wenje has talked about. Musao Elias is saying that now that when you say a word against bad things in our country, you are put in jail. We only keep quiet, but this person is the worst leader of that institution our country has ever had and the worst CDF in the world history. Okay, that is Musao Elias. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen, I want us to leave that case alone and focus on another, our second issue that we wanted to talk about today, and it is about the elections that have been scheduled by the Electoral Commission of the Village Women Councils LC1 and LC2. We have been waiting for this process to happen since March, and it's now being extended to July, where this month, where we'll have these elections. In our villages there, we have had people who have led actually for even more than 40 years as the chairpersons LC1s and LC2. And here now, the process has been scheduled to take place this month. Is there enough awareness about this forthcoming local council elections, Mr. Stephen?
Yes, I want to congratulate this government that something that have been awaited for, it is now real. We're going to have an election of local leaders, Council 1 and 2. Mr. Sarapio, you are aware that the election has been a process, and everybody is aware that it hasn't ended. Since last year, we began with the president, then members of parliament, local council, LC5, 3 councillors, yes, of some counties and districts. Now we are ending with the villages. Number one, you are aware that we had the first election of flag bearing. Flag bearing election.
Yes.
Party
flag bearers.
Party flag bearers.
Yes.
Yes. That one ended. Party flag, multi-party flag bearing. That is, we had our flag bearers. We already know.
Which part are you talking about?
NRA, of course, I took NRA.
And
But even other parties, they had their flag bearers.
In Uganda, it means NRM because all other political parties are dead.
No, maybe.
Yes.
maybe
But
you
they
don't-
have
you don't listen to me.
representatives.
No.
Yes, they have
You
representatives.
see, they are not allowed
You
to
didn't listen to me,
associate.
brother.
No, they are not allowed to assemble. If NUP held primaries for LC1, you would see.
No, there are areas
But
where
don't
there are
they-
areas
don't
where
they
NUP
have
flag
representatives
bearers.
at
Yes, they have.
LC1?
For example, in areas where NUP is dominant, they have flag bearers. Your personal C1 flag bearers of NUP. So we also have our own flag bearers as NRM. So we are going to compete with them. Who is going to be a real chairperson of LC1 or LC2? So that's where we are going. So the whole population, Ugandans, are aware that the election had not ended. Obviously, election of leadership of a country ends with the village councils. Ugandan structure of leadership. It ends with local councils. So election is still going on. It is going to end with the local council elections. Electoral Commission has been spreading the gospel, been making awareness the people that are going to have an election. And the Electoral Commission has government provided money. I want to thank His Excellency the President of this country that the last time he was made aware that the elections had stayed because of money, he instructed the Minister of Finance that please secure this money for Electoral Commission to make sure that elections goes through. I want to thank him that his instructions moves a lot. That's why we still appreciate his leadership, and we still need him.
Some information from Bwenji.
If I pay school fees for my boy or girl, should she or he thank me?
Yes.
No, it is my responsibility as a parent.
But they are
so why should we thank Museveni for,
but they are
for ensuring that
they are
this
parents.
money-
They are parents that do not pay school fees for the children.
Yes, and that is wrong.
Yeah, that is wrong. Yes, it is wrong.
And that is wrong.
There are even
But
countries
when they choose
that,
to pay,
that there are
we
even
should not
countries
thank them.
that even thing that don't
Yes.
happen, and when they have presidents in the country,
No. You see, when you get
you are. Mr. Wenge,
people
you
from
must
South
you must
Africa.
create a heart in yourself for appreciation.
He takes
Appreciate.
our taxpayers' money. We pay him. We pay him to ensure that he performs his role as head of state. So we do not owe him any appreciation at all. If he wants us to appreciate him, let him go back home.
Maybe I should teach something to Wenge. I want to remember him that there are countries in Africa where election take 20 years without taking place, and people are leading. So what do you call that one?
So
In Somalia, how many years they have taken without having an election? In Congo, I don't think next 10 years they will have no election because of what is happening there. So when I say appreciate the president, I am not wrong.
no. So why doesn't he also appreciate us for paying him a salary?
He appreciates us.
Where? How?
That's
The
why.
man who said, "I'm not your servant."
What is the problem? You know what you call a servant? You know what you call a servant? Does he work in your protection?
Servant means servant. You see.
Interpretation of a servant. So let me discuss.
Let
The
him
topic.
okay.
Yes,
You
because,
first finish your submission.
Council Wenge. So election is going on. We are very lucky as Ugandans that the promise of the president that we are going to have elections of village leaders has come. My caution and my conscience is, number one is this is our time in very many years. Please, village mates, go and elect our village leaders. A chairperson of C1 is the biggest leader in a country. That is why when a president, head of state, comes in a village, in a up-country meetings, the first person to give a speech to welcome him is a chairperson of C1. That one means that he's very prestigious. He's a very big person and is number one decision maker in his village. So the government takes him as a big person, responsible and a participant in a country's development. Number two, please, you have been with those leaders. you have tested them, they have served you. If a chairman LC1 has served you wrongly, please don't bring him back.
Remove him.
Remove him. I told my people one time that the responsibility and the time you have as a Ugandan is time for elections to choose a leader. If you choose a hooligan, you will be organized for 5 years for that term. If you choose a leader who peeps on people's wives and people's women, you will have no family. If you choose a leader that goes to younger children, school going children, you will have the whole village impregnated by leaders. So the girls going to school will be in tragedy. So please choose a leader, chairperson of C1, who is for people ideas. Okay. Number three. The
last one.
I have to. Number three.
Come back to you.
Choose corrupt-free leaders. The chairman, it has been a tendency. It is sickness also, like cancer in corruption, that every chairman or C1 have been charging Bibanja fee. When you sell land, you give him money. That land is not within the laws of this country. All the services of a chairperson or C1 is free. So if a chairperson or C1 has been collecting money from the services that has been giving citizens, please don't bring that one. Don't bring that one. Lastly, don't bring a chairman or C1 who is lazy. He does not want to work, but our gospel is please work and earn money. Because we want our 5-year term, we want to create money in your pockets.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Please don't vote a lazy leader.
Okay. Mr. Aaron, as a Forum for Democratic Change, are we set and ready for this election?
Mr. Programmer, to be honest, we are not ready for these elections of ROC. One, it is not publicized. People does not know that we are going for these elections. Yesterday, they stopped registering for the voters. I checked in my village. It was like 10%. I had the honor to see on the registers. In my village, we are about like 1,000 and plus residents. But
this process was supposed to last for like 2 weeks.
Yes,
right?
Yes. But people, they are not aware. Awareness was very minimal. People, they are not aware that there is going to be election for ROCs. That's why I was saying, in my village, I checked in the register. People who registered for this vote, for this ROC, they were about like 30 in the whole village. Meaning that people, they are not aware of what is going on. And another thing, people, they lost interest in elections. This election of ROC, it makes more harm than good. Because you see, this is the lining, the process of electing ROCs, it is lining behind your preferred candidate, which is very bad, in the society. Because you cannot say a woman is contesting against her husband, then you will line behind that your preferred candidate. This is
it's a choice.
yes. So you see, these elections, for me, even me, I no longer believe in elections in Uganda. It is a total sham. We are no longer involving in elections. Just it is a matter of choosing. For example, again in my district, now it is the role of PSOs. GSOs, now they are the ones selecting our ROCs in our place. We are no longer having that constitutional right to elect our leaders. You choose this one, they just announce another one. For example, in the recent by-election in Karangara, you see what happened there. There were a lot of intimidation, a lot of brutality was there, so people, I think they are no longer interested in these elections. To me, that is my opinion. Even me now, I'm not interested. in going to for these elections. You see, because I see I would just go there. I ran behind my mom. My wife now will be in arms.
Okay.
You see.
Thank you. Councillor Wenji, this thing has taken long time.
Yeah, it has been long.
What has been the
overdue.
problem?
Long overdue. I think, of course, the government said that it had no money, and I think it has had 7 consecutive extensions.
Yeah.
The last of which was 28th of June. But of course, without saying much, LC1s are very important. With the invasion, I mean, with the coming into force of the Local Government Act, and of course of the Constitution and the introduction of decentralization and so forth, LC1s have become so important. They are the first. They are the contact point. I think it's the first area of contact between a mwananchi and government. They are the eyes and ears of government. And of course, the LC1s, the executive committee of an LC1, it constitutes the LC1 court. And LC1 court, of course, is the first court that you should go to if you have a matter of land. And when they are not properly constituted, then it brings out some issues. And of course, we also know that if you sell land or if you buy land and you do not have a signature or a stamp of an LC1 chairperson, that transaction is not illegal per se, but it might be evidence of fraud. It means that you are trying to avoid something, because we presume that the chairperson LC1 has some information on where the land is, on who is the owner, who the neighbors are. So if you avoid all that, I think there can be a presumption of fraud. Actually, me as counsel, I usually advise my clients that it is better for you to have a stamp of an LC1 chairperson and not have one of the lawyers, because it is rare for counsel to go there on the land. But it is very important for you to have a stamp and a signature of an LC1 chairperson, because they have an idea of where the land is, of maybe if there's a possibility that it already has an owner, it is being sold for the 3rd time, and so I called up 20 Ugandans to go and vote. I was in Chegego on Tuesday, and then I saw someone having a megaphone, and they were making announcements in Mpara. They are making announcements. Go and register for what? For the election and so forth. But I didn't see it here. But I think when we do not have properly constituted LC1s and 2s and so forth, then we as a country, we don't have a foundation. These executive committees, they provide a foundation. If my cow is stolen, I think the first point of contact I can go to is the LC1 chairperson, the secretary for defense and so forth. So of course I'm alive also to the complexities, how they vote, the lining up. You find yourself. But all of that aside, on the principle, even if it was the FDC in power, it cannot do away with them. They are important, and when we don't have them, and actually, if you think, I think they are her next one, her next one chairperson, I think to me is more important even than the president of Uganda. Because the president of Uganda doesn't even know me.
How can you justify
Yes.
that?
Yes, the president of Uganda doesn't
How
even...
can you justify that one, Council Range?
You see, unless one person
Mm.
knows where I stay, he even knows what I do, he knows who my father is, my mother is, my spouse is, he knows whether I'm paying fees for my children or not. So the relevance of an election chairperson is more than that of the head of state. We can survive when we do not have a head of state, but to not to have an election chairperson, there's going to be disorder in the cell. So I want us as a country, as a people, to understand and appreciate that in any decentralized system like ours, where we have the states, the districts, we need a formidable executive committee. The problem I've found there is that they tend to segregate against members of the opposition. When you go there, for example, you want a document and you are not a supporter of the NRM, it is hard. Okay? But here in Tare, Boma, Red Corner, I have not seen any kind of discrimination.
Okay.
But somewhere else, it is not easy.
Okay.
If you are a non-opposition supporter, even accessing medicine, it is usually hard.
Mr. Katamba has a concern.
I will not accept. I will not allow
Yes.
the
statement says.
the statements of Wenge to undermine
The president.
the work of the president. I can't accept. He's my president. And
Actually, I wanted to ask you: do you agree with that statement that?
No. You know what happens here.
Let
The
him
scope.
first challenge.
No, you see, I said an S1 chairperson under the constitution and the framework is more important, is more relevant to me than the president. I did not say Museveni.
The president does not know you.
Museveni.
He may not. You see, the scope of work.
Okay.
When we compare the scope of work
And the responsibilities.
And the responsibility of a chairperson of C1 and the president, it is really quite different. Secondly, you see, I have always disagreed with the flamboyance and the way you behave, the opposition behaves in the public. I don't know. I have never known what is the status of Mr. Bwenge. Is he a lawyer of the opposition? Is he opposition himself? Does he hate the president as a person?
Is he noob?
Are you noob? What are you?
Okay,
I need that answer from him.
Okay, listen.
I've not mentioned Museveni.
Behave.
I'm comparing two positions.
Yes.
Which are established by the laws of Uganda. The position of very sworn chairperson and the position of head of state. See, when you are going to apply for bail, whichever the offense, treason, murder, what, they need a recommendation of an S1 chairperson. They don't need the recommendation of Museveni, because Museveni doesn't know you. Okay? So, when you are going to apply for a passport, they need an S1 chairperson.
Yes.
So when you ask me, between the head of state, whether it is Best J or myself or Chamuntu or Chagurani, between the head of state and an S1 chairperson, whose services do you feel directly? It is those of an S1 chairperson.
My question.
Yes.
Okay, the question.
I should repeat the question.
I'm an objective person. I see, when I'm here, I speak more as a lawyer. If the opposition has done bad, I would say it, yes.
You'll be objective.
Yes. Objectivity.
What is your question, Mr.
The
Katamba?
laws in the constitution favor opposition.
No.
Uh-huh.
And they don't have to. And that's why I usually tell the supporters of the PFF and so forth, especially the members of the opposition of Uganda, that we should not expect the courts of law to have mercy on the opposition. No.
You see, a good lawyer.
No.
I've seen lawyers. A good lawyer, his eyes focuses on the gist of the matter.
Okay.
And that's why they win
And I've done
cases.
so.
No, you have not done it.
Yes.
No, you have not done it.
No.
I also need to know exactly which the cases you handle in the court.
No.
Because you need to see the two sides of the matter.
And I've done
Because
so.
when you tell me that
Chivumbi.
Chivumbi is allowed to abuse Muhoozi Kainerugaba, that he is a rogue son, and Muhoozi is supposed to stand upright and say thank you and nod the head. That is human rights.
No.
That's what the law
No.
says. I
No.
will compromise
The
you.
law provides for the remedies of an aggrieved person. If Muhoozi is offended, let him go to police and report.
why can't
You see,
he go to court?
no.
Why can't
You see,
go to court?
there's a time.
Yes.
There's a time when the I think the accounts of the head of state Museveni, they were stolen. Museveni went to the police and reported. So if a whole head of state can go to police and report that my goat has been stolen, who is he?
Okay.
There is a case of doing something mistakenly. For example, if my animals strayed and went into your garden and destroyed your crops, that is reasonable. But there is an intention to grieve me, to harm me. But when you tell me at my status, and my knowledge and the capacity and the education, when you tell me that Muvunya, you are a fool, in front of the people, in front of the camera, I will get annoyed. You will have harmed my integrity.
Okay.
So the way I respond doesn't matter. The way I respond doesn't matter.
Okay. Western Uganda's biggest radio station, 91.2 Cruise FM. Great music, great friends. I have three gentlemen in the studio, Mr. Steven, Mr. Alan, and Council Wenje. This is the big seat. At exactly 34 minutes past the hour of 10, I want to get to you, our listeners, and hear from you your feedback, what you think about these two concerns, ladies and gentlemen, through 0752-912-912, and I'll be picking you callers. Cruise FM, hello?
Hello, Cruise FM.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Sapi and your fellow panelists.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm Peter from Kabwenshem.
Yes, sir.
On the issue of the CDF, I think there is no law that grants him to violate human rights through violent abductions and torturing opposition members in basements, disguising that he is fighting corruption.
Okay.
Yet he was the first person to endorse Jacob Obosobos for the speakership position, who he was involved in the Iron Fix corruption scandal. The man has also dissolved several government organizations such as the UPDF, police, parliament, and judiciary, who are working in line with his will. Also, the security organizations have been turned into mercenary forces working for the CDF, not for the people. They are abducting people who they are entitled to protect.
Okay.
So, the CDF need to check up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for listening in to Cruise FM. Another caller on the line, Cruise FM. Hello.
Mantarapio Urirota.
Ndereje sebo murire mutokwe.
Urirede obunogambo na Mr. Tuhura.
Yes, sir.
Nishima program ejo. Ebare kuleta abantu bakarama.
Amina.
Hatunga wambagamba corruption nekyendera.
Tutukaruha.
Tukaruha. Okakuntugwerira yakagwe.
Ka bachikando kwe byatabuka.
yatabuka umuntu agwiro mizi kugasa itano zakasese. Do you know that people work in water?
Yes.
Agwiro mukasese itano na hasa kamire mtukumana na hasi.
Oh, sorry about that.
Na kwa msta therapy bari program yetu.
Kare yebare kurunja munonga reka tubashabire. Mshaha gwiro mizi, and it's a tragedy surely. Cruise FM, hello.
Morning, Therapy and panels.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Amina.
I was speaking with Trias. I'm calling in from Uganda.
Yes, sir.
I have just called to appreciate.
Oh, okay. Moving Stephen, people of Chitagwenda are listening. Terrible. Very true. Cruise FM, hello.
Nyano wanje Salapiyo.
Yes, sir.
Rire kurunji.
Ndireje muriro mutokwe.
Turereje mazima no buteka.
Amina.
Unshimire ba panelist wa leta. Umborogora meje ya big city abo bigambo byabo nangwa kurunji.
Yes, no kombe kihanga.
Akombe kihanga ryitwa Uganda. Ubwo nano gamba hona MC muhereza.
Yes.
Nimbandu kuno katibano maraka Mwenge district.
Amina.
Mbona nyombere surprise kushanga tuyo mu 2 weeks ninga shi week nge akashatu. Aba national media abanywani banje bakinjire. Kandi shongeje kire yankwata ho munonga.
Okay.
Abo kuba nimpamya kuza kugira ngo bundu bacinga tunga by'empurizinga nebyo. Bakabe nabone barabyo information yabo kugambaho n'abanyihanga.
Yes.
Bonka washangeze shabariho bakwasire bazikwasire bazinjiri. Bariyo ne barwanisa corruption. Buno babagamba hebugambo bikurabira empurizinga neje ngashame kutejo. Kibi munonga.
Okay.
Naendaga kagambo kachi ururu bwa bachairman LC1 and LC2.
Mweteka tekirokwe.
Bazima kuntweteka tekire kurunje munonga. Bonka ndeba bamwe abantu tibakajije kugira ngo behanditse. Bangu ndine zibapata ngo bibe bakwasa kugira ngo behanditse mutabo nkebe byaba LCs.
Okay.
Wata kumangu chairman LC1 bakubasa kunwari mukuru wo cyanga cyawe ico. Bana otherwise Salapiyo ntukonja kimwe munonga.
Mwe bare.
Obusinje bwa muhereza kuno katibano muri Kamwenge.
Turamukiza abanyakamwenje bona no kutwariza hamwe.
Bazo batero Cruise FM tubakubasha kurwa kandi bakundira kimwe.
Thank you so much.
Understand is,
yes,
if I didn't go there for registration, does it mean I will not vote?
Yes. No, you'll vote.
No, because now, if I voted in the general elections, I was in the register of the EC. Why shouldn't my name be there? Yes. Who was deleted
I think we also need clarity.
Who has deleted it?
Mr. Stephen. Okay.
You see, this is a small village, a small unity. So I think they know each other. If you are a member of the village, you are 18 years, the age of being eligible to vote, and the people don't know you, why do you vote? Yes, why do you vote?
No. But why are you in the register at the same time?
No, you see, a register, in the previous registers, people would come and register because of your intentions. And we are aware.
Of what?
Your intentions.
But who's supposed to
a person
no. Is it you? Is it the
let me tell you, moderator,
yes.
I want to assure you this. In this regime of our Kisanja, we are trying to dig up all the things that have not been right. We are aware even the registers of Victory Commission has not been good. So we are saying, if you are not a citizen, a resident of that area, even if you appear in the registers, don't go there to vote.
Now, how do you say
this is a village meeting?
No, how do you
they are
say,
going to vote their leader.
No. How do you say the EC announced you as the winner of the elections when the registers are bad?
We are still investigating.
That means that
they are even leaders. That's why we have cases in court.
Okay.
That's why there are cases in court.
Okay.
No. That's actually a confession that the last elections were a sham. We are not free and fair. Because if the NRM spokesperson here. If the spokesperson for the NRM for this show is admitting in the open that the elections which brought him up as the winner were based on fraudulent registers, what moral authority does even have to say the NRM is in power?
There was a manipulation. Was a manipulation of some of the registers.
I'm beginning to doubt him now.
Who did that?
Let me tell you something.
Who did that?
We were helped. We were helped because NRM is a mass party. The majority of Ugandans are NRM. That's what helped us. Otherwise, it was going to be there was going to be a problem. I am telling you, go to Uganda here. Go to areas where people are easily manipulated.
So now,
you see
if
the
I'm
registers,
asking
a person comes from Karangara, but is registered in Uganda.
There is a question for you here.
Can there be a genuine, a genuine election coming from a fraudulent register?
Yes, because
How?
Because in areas where support.
Yes.
Support of a candidate, of a leader, is not only judged depending on the register. No, it is judged depending on the majority.
Exactly. Now you see. Now that means most of the people who voted were not in the register. So people voted not because they appear in the register, but
majority
they are known. So, and remember, someone can be known in Kampala, he's known in Chegegwa, he's known here.
Can you have 10 villages?
Yes, if I can have
and you are a voter.
Yes,
and you vote in those areas.
I can have multiple places of abode.
It is not allowed.
No.
Your vote is one.
Museveni,
and you are supposed to vote once.
Yes, okay.
Museveni stays where? He's a resident of Nakasero.
Where does he vote
He's
from?
a resident of...
Where does he vote from?
Of Gombak, Sozi.
Where does he vote from?
Of Nshwerenche.
Yes.
No. We're not talking about where you vote from, because you have said that being in a register alone is not enough. The people must know you.
Yes.
So how many people know Museveni?
There
are many.
Yes, but where does he vote
it
from?
means that Museveni can go and vote from Nakasero and so forth.
Okay. Lastly.
Yes. Everybody knows that Museveni votes from Wachitura.
Why? Because
he doesn't vote from Nakasero. He resides in Nakasero because it is a place of office where he operates work of his office as a president of this country. But his origin, his village where he votes from is in Wachitura, in Kihura district.
He votes from Nshwerenche because he appears, according to the EC, the register of the EC, he appears in the cell of Nshwerenche.
No, today, if you found Museveni missing in the register, if you found Museveni missing in the register, can you stop him from voting?
Yes.
No, you cannot. People will not allow it.
No, you cannot.
He is a native.
Okay. Western Uganda's biggest radio station, 91.2 Cruise FM, great music, great friends. Okay, let's pick this one. Cruise FM, hello. Yes, sir. Hello. Nijo ryote.
ati ekikugenda omiso omuyanga itogwagamba onaddewo obukanga
yes
bantu mu UPDF
otyo
oguno president
president twine Yoweri Kaguta Museveni tibuhaburwa kanu twaterira karuru
bantu mwekenda tugume twetegereze kandi ebintu tusorongeze ngo tukuverera
okay
kuba aho bwo kusanga ngo ukwasire entebo
ya toroko konka yaine shong
idea,
yes,
which I think I talked about here, I think 7 days ago, that we have a de facto president who is MK, but we also have a de jure president, a president known by law, but a president who is almost as if he's dead. It's as if we had a coup. He's so dormant. Things are happening in the country. He's quiet. He's actually in full support of the bad status quo. So we have a person who is unknown to us because we did not vote for him, but he's the person running the state. I'm okay. Now it is actually, I would rather pay an ear to him than Museveni, because Museveni is inconsequential.
Okay.
But when you no, because for the CDF now, if he says I want A, there will be A. So in a practical sense, he's the president of the country, because a person who has the mandate to appoint speakers, a speaker of the first arm of the state. You see, when you elect under the barrel of the gun, you have not elected. Okay?
I think
the barrel of the gun.
Okay. Mr. Steven,
Council Wenge,
yes.
Council Wenge's statement sometimes surprise me, because he just is in extremes. Like he's in air, he's in heaven.
He's not knowing what is happening in the country.
He makes statements upside down and understandable.
Yes.
You see, the problem of this country, we have a group of Bwenjizi that is too much excited when they see a crowd of people waving to them. They begin calling them presidents. I'm president. For example, Bob Wine one time surprised me when he toured in Gomba, where he comes from.
By the way, to be called a president, it takes a lot.
Takes a lot. So
it doesn't just come like that.
Exactly. So when I am, for example, when
is governed by the constitution.
Allow me to speak.
This constitution was approved by the EC.
Allow me to.
Under the same constitution, the head of NUP is called the president.
Allow me to.
Okay.
So now, Mr. Sarapio, it is now a culture of a Ugandan, because we are full of excitement. I don't know. I think because a generation of 40 years, we have not seen so much. The experience of how life goes is lacking. So we get excited easily. In that, when Bob Wine went to Arua and Gomba, and the crowd of people followed him saying, "You are the president." The next day when he's the Kampala, he declared himself a president. And whenever he would go, the next president would say, "The president of Gwanga." See, that's a problem. Being myopic. So even Besigye, my brother Besigye, when he went to Rukunji, where he is born from, and the people praised him, say, "Yes, you can save us, we save you." By the time he reached Mbarara here, the spirit had changed from Besigism as a contender who's looking for a position of the president. He had turned into president. When he reached Masaka, he said, "I will swear from here," and he even made a date. He even announced the date of swearing as a president.
Okay,
that's daydreaming. So when Bwenge says that there is a de facto president, I don't understand him. Don't mislead the listeners. The president we elected, president we elected is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
That's what I know.
Yes, he has his term. His term is still fresh.
Is ending 2031.
2 months in the term.
Okay.
What is Muhoozi? Muhoozi, like any other Ugandan, like any other serious, concerned, patriotic citizen. He has completely involved himself in fighting corruption in some other areas.
Okay.
That's why he's receiving crowd
information. Okay.
You see, Chris Obore, he once said, "We are in things." Yes, we are in things. So the person who is in things now is who? Is Muhoozi. If he says, "Today you are going to the basement," you are going there. If he says, "I want this for the speaker,"
okay,
that is it.
Thank you, Mr.
Members of Parliament have no say.
Mr. Aaron, I want to get back to you. Your last word as we sensitize Ugandans towards this coming function or activity of electing leaders at the LC 1-2 levels.
For me, my last word on this show, I call upon all people who are willing to vote. They must go and vote for their preferred candidates. And I call upon the religious people to come and pray for this country. We are going back to Idaminism. We are going back to Mariamunguism because of this CDF. And I call upon those people who are around CDF to tell him to check in. The guy is going astray. He's going to think this country, we are going for another lawlessness of Uganda.
Okay. Thank you. Council Wenja, I just want to give you 1 minute to...
Yeah, I want to encourage the people of Uganda to go and vote for their chairperson, ZLC1 and 2. And of course, we should not forget that that the chairperson, ZLC1, as we speak now, is more important than the head of state. Because when you are going to get a passport, you need the stamp of a Nelson chairperson. If you are going to apply for bail, you must have the same. If you're going to get a national ID and so forth. So we want to have a country that is based on, of course, hierarchy, and that requires that we have a chairperson LC1, a chairperson LC2, then the mayors and so forth.
Okay.
And of course, I want to also appeal to the members of the UPDF. Do not accept to be used like condoms. You find them at wedding parties, at burials. They are the ones organizing people. It's as if they are. They don't have anything to do. It's as if they are idle. And it is that kind of idleness which kind of motivates them to violate the rights of the people of Uganda.
Okay.
They should stop.
They
should not allow their commander, who is the CDF, to rise above the entire institution of the UPDF.
Okay.
The UPDF is bigger than the commander of the UPDF.
Mr. Stephen.
My appeal to...
I'm giving you a few seconds.
Yes, my appeal to all Ugandans is please go and vote. Vote rightly. Vote best. What are the qualities? Number 1, vote a chairman LC1, a chairman LC2 who is pro the government in leadership. You cannot disconnect a child to a father and you think that child will grow. Of course the child will die. People go on the street. So please make sure you vote a chairman, a leader of the committee of LC1, a leader of the committee of LC2 who supports the government that is in charge of Uganda. That is when we shall receive development, shall receive roads, PDM, and other development things.
Okay. Thank you so much. It has been a very wonderful and educative show. The Big Seat comes back next Saturday or the same time. Sarapia Betungula want to sign out, and I want to call upon you, people who know sports, to come and register for Kafurua. We know the registration starts now. We are welcoming news in Ulunyankore Luchiga with peace. Hasta la vista.